Hello, my name is Sarah. Welcome to the It's a Sarah podcast. Today is Monday, 5 of December. You don't say it like that, but I tried it for several times and every time it went wrong. And this is episode 49. I love to knit, I love to crochet, and I love to talk, so that's the perfect combination for this podcast. I'm coming to you from the Netherlands, so excuse my Dutch English. I make 2 episodes every Monday, one in Dutch and one in English. And I tell you about my crafty adventures from last week. In Dutch we say handwerkperikelen. You can find me as It's a Sarah on Instagram and on Ravelry. Let me see. Instagram I mostly use in Dutch. So all my text is in Dutch, but you can hit the translation button, and my Ravelry notes I keep up in English. Since episode 20, since 6 months, I guess. Since I make episodes in English, I make my Ravelry notes in English. You can find all the links I talk about in the show notes below. And when I forgot something, or you have a question, you can let me know. I don't have the time. No, that's not true. I don't make the time to reply every comment. I do read them, and I love to read them very, very much. It feels so nice and cozy. All the love you send me, but replying them means that I have less knitting time. I don't have to explain. That's a hard choice. I always choose knitting. I always choose knitting. Yes, knitting is always my first choice. Okay. Let's start with what I'm wearing. I'm wearing my Hiedra headband, a pattern from Lerke from FiberTales. Absolute one of my favorites. I loved knitting this one. Let's start with all the layers. You hardly can see it because it's black. I also wear my Spencer Penelope. And in the Netherlands we say Spencer. But I discovered in English it is vest. But in Dutch, a cardigan is a vest. But this is Spencer Penelope, a design of from a Dutch knitter. I'm sorry. And I love it. It's a little lace detail and it's the perfect little layer. It's V-shaped neckline. My tank top is under it. I wear it a lot. It's one of my favorites. Only my choice of yarn was not good. So I knit this one. You can see there's all fluff on it. I knit this one in Superwash Merino, wool at Glory with a little thread of lace through it. And I'm not a Superwash Merino lover. So I do have some Alpha Sloppy in this color and in black for two new versions because I love to wear it under my cardigans and especially when it's cold. So that's absolutely one of my favorites. Pattern is in Dutch, so I don't think you can do anything with it because I don't think she wants to make it in English. On Instagram you can find Nienke, the designer, as Mooi van Draad, and she's a lovely Dutch knitter, and she also does a lot of embroidery, and I learned it from her too, to make flowers on your mittens or on your cardigans, and she's an inspiring lady. I will link her Instagram down below. let me see then. I have a finished object, an unexpected finished object. I didn't expect it would be ready today, but it is, and it is blocked, and it's all fine and warm and cozy, and it's absolutely my new favorite cardigan. Oh, I love it, I love it, I love it so much. It is quite cold in the Netherlands. Today is a very grey Monday. It is early afternoon, oh, I forgot to tell. The light is very bad, so I have such a ring light. You have a stative for my phone, and there's a ring light around. But I hate it. It is. There are so many options with different lights, different colored lights, and you can put it harder, lower, higher, and I just want one option to give me as much as natural light would be to have a good quality. But there are so many options, it makes me crazy. And the most options makes me look like I haven't slept for 1 week. But that isn't true. So now the light is very... I don't know. I hope you can see my knitting well. That's the most important. But when you are thinking, oh, you look a bit pale, I guess. I always look pale in winter, but it's not only me. It's also my ring light. Yeah. But it's quite cold now. It's not here in the Netherlands. We don't have very cold winters. When I was a little kid, it was much colder than it now is, and it's now, I guess, 5 degrees. I don't know how you say it in American terms. Is it only America? The rest of the world? No. Is it only European degrees? The other is Fahrenheit, I guess. I don't understand. I never give that a good look. When I watch knitting podcasts and people are saying, "Oh, I have no idea what they are meaning, what they are saying." It is 84. It is in the 80s, and then I guess in the 80s, is it cold? Is it hot? Is it? I can see it what they're wearing, but I have no idea. But it's 5 degrees, so it's not very cold, but it's also not very warm. And because it's now for a week or two quite colder, the house is getting colder. And we have central heating, but we try to put it on as less as possible. We always did that, and now we do it extra because of because it's very expensive right now. So I always put myself in warm woolly layers, and this is a perfect woolly layer I can use perfectly right now. So I put it on this morning for the first time, and it is like a warm hug. It is. I don't know if you have something from Liefs, but I can recommend it. I love it. I do love Liefs. I have quite some Liefs garments, but I don't have a Liefs, only mittens, I guess, nothing else. But it's so nice. It's so nice. It's absolutely my new favorite. Let's start at the beginning. This is the Sunday cardigan by Petite Knit. I told about it in my last 2 episodes, I guess. I started it on November 22. I saw in my notes. And I finished it last Saturday, unexpected. But this is the Sunday cardigan, and it's in my favorites for ages. I just love the look of the cardigan. It was quite dark yarn, and the original pattern is knitted in I guess 3 strands of mohair. I don't know, several strands of mohair, maybe 1 strand of fingering yarn. I don't know. As I said, I'm not a very mohairy type. The mohair hype, is it a hype? I don't know. It didn't reach me right now. It hasn't reached me right now. Right, it hasn't reached me yet. I'm struggling, always struggling. Don't care. I don't feel the mohair. It is nice and warm, and when I meet someone who is wearing a mohair sweater. I always want to cuddle. I will always want to feel. I think I am a tactile person. I always want to feel. Not on everybody, but when they wear handmade items, I always want to feel. It's a bit weird, maybe, but yeah, it is what it is. And when there is mohair in it, I love it. I love the feel of it. I love it. I once knitted a harvest cardigan from Tin Can Knits in mohair, but the fit was awful. So it went to the thrift shop, and it felt nice, but I never feel that I want to buy it, that I want to make something with it, and yeah, I don't feel it. I'm more this rustic feeling. You have non-superwash mohair too, I guess. Yeah, of course you have. But I don't feel it. But I know myself. Maybe it turns and then I will be a very mohairy person and everything will be mohair. In my stash, in my life, in my knitting. Maybe I own a goat. No. But I'm not there yet. Maybe it will come. Maybe not. But it's not now. So I was quite sure immediately I want to knit it in Liefs because it was a bulky weight yarn. I hope I remember that correctly, and otherwise you can check the pattern, links below. A bulky weight yarn, and I would love to have a cardigan in Liefs. So a few months ago, I received a discount code from Edna, and I bought 6 or 7 of these from these balls, skeins of Liefs. And I prefer to knit a darker color. The original pattern is also in a dark gray or black, I don't know. A darker color, a bit marbled, I guess. And I wanted a darker color, but the only color I liked in Liefs was this one. They were out of stock. The other colors were out of stock. And I think it's quite a good choice for me. Probably better than a very dark color. I never checked what color fits me, my skin tone, and I always say I don't love blue. I don't like blue, but I guess blue. Maybe blue is my color, but also that can change. Maybe once I will be a blue lover, but for now I'm especially a brown lover. Brown is absolutely my favorite color, and in these days brown is a favorite color of very many people. But it wasn't always the bright color. In the Netherlands, the bright colors were favored, and now it's brown and neutrals. So, yeah. But this color, it's color 85. I don't know if it has another name. It's not on the label. And it's 100 gram, 100 meter. Liefs. The Sunday cardigan by Petite Knit is a top-down cardigan. You knit back and forth. I went down a whole needle size. The pattern says... tells you to use a 6mm for the ribbing and a 7 for the stockinette, and for this part I used a 5mm for the ribbing and a 6 for the stockinette, especially because I don't have the other needles. I do have them, but not my Chow Goose, and I'm quite a loose knitter, so I thought, especially when it's back and forth, so I thought let's try this. I didn't swatched, but it was quite some positive ease. No, not very much positive ease, but there was positive ease, and I thought when it's bit tighter, I love a narrow fit. I'm sorry. I cast it on twice because the first time I didn't like the border. The pattern tells you to knit the knit stitches on the right side and to purl the first and last stitch on the wrong side, and you will get a nice border because you this part is ribbing and you knit it all over. So you don't have to pick up stitches at the end. It's a built-in button band. Without buttons here, but I don't like the border. And then there was a Dutch knitter, and she said you can maybe do an I-cord bind off, an I-cord border, And I tried that and it was much better. I casted on 2 stitches extra on each side, so 4 in total, and I think it wasn't necessary. I was a bit worried when knitting an I-cord border at the last 3 stitches. This would be too small, but it isn't. But I don't want to cast on again, so I knit on, and it isn't bothering me. I was a bit worried this was too wide and it would bother me, but it isn't, so that's perfect. I knitted the neckband, the color double. I folded double, and the pattern tells you to do it at the end. And in the beginning, it was my plan to do that, so I could decide: will I leave it long so it can fall open, or will I fold it? No, fold. Will I fold it double? Don't know. But while knitting, I want to knit it together because that's so satisfying to knit it together, and then. It's quite thick in my neck, and although your skin in your neck, this is the neck. How does this part called in English? In Dutch we say neck and hals. This skin is very sensitive, but although it is quite itchy yarn, it isn't itchy to me at all. But I can handle it quite good. So, but it's very nice. I like it when it stays up like this, like a jacket, but it falls down quite easily, and I'm okay with it. It feels so nice. I can have quite a cold neck, and I always put a shawl in my neck when I am sitting and knitting. But now this is it's so nice. It's like a warm hug. It's so cozy and nice. So I was knitting, and last week I was with the sleeves. I was knitting the sleeves. I did it with Magic Loop. I did knit these on 7mm needles because when I knit a narrower circumference, that word I have to practice. Circumference. Only say it once. Then my gauge is quite tighter, so I did knit it with 7mm needles. But I don't have Chow Goose in 7mm needles. I have Knit Pros, but I don't like them. But it was okay for now. And I like the needles, but I don't like the part in which the needle is connected on the cable. It is not smooth. It is not. I don't like it. But it was okay for now. I did knit the ribbing on my 5mm needles, and then when it was quite hard on my hands. This part and the sleeves. So every 10 rounds, I put my cardigan away and I picked up my Ursina. I don't have it with me now because I only knit the sleeves, and now it's downstairs. So my hands could rest a bit. The Ursina is a sport weight sweater, so I changed every 10 rounds, and that was okay. But then I finished my sleeves and I was knitting and I was looking at the pattern and I was almost there. It's only a small part of stockinette back and forth, and that was not hard for my hands, maybe because it was longer way. It was, I don't know, it felt better, so I could knit on and on and on. And it was Friday. I thought, hey, I'm already there. Maybe I can finish it before Monday, and I wasn't expecting that. And then Saturday, it was finished. It was finished. I was thinking about finishing it on Sunday, and I wouldn't block it, and I just wear it. But it is blocked already. I don't know how it happens. It is a quite cropped cardigan, and that's perfect. That's exactly how I want it to be, because I want to wear it on my skirts and on my dresses. But when I would wear it on a pair of jeans, I would add some extra length. I also, it's also nice to have a long one over your butt, over your, how do you say it? Butt sounds a bit hard. Your butt. I don't know. In Dutch we say billen. Over your billen. That sounds more sweet. Billen. Butt. Okay, there must be another word for that. For your back, for your In Dutch we say it. You can always, but it's the literally. No, that's not the translations. Your sit cushions, but it's also not it's not a plain Dutch word. But I like to call it zitkussentjes. Oh, all the language, it's so fun. But it was it was just Saturday night. It was ready, so I put it in my blocking bath, in my tile. I guess it's. I guess that's the right word. I put some hand warm water in it in our bathroom, and then I do some Eucalan washing spul erin, and then I soak my cardigan just easily and nice and soft. And I always, when I am blocking a cardigan, I always put it a whole night in the blocking bath, because it would be soaked all, and the stitches are okay. And then to prefer, it won't take forever to dry, I put it in my washing machine and centrifuge. I don't know how the function. It spins very hard. Centrifuge. Do you call it in English? I always do that. It never went wrong, but it's on your own risk when you try it. I put my washing machine, my spins per minute, is it? I guess I put it on 600, and then I put it in, and all the water gets out. It's only wet, but it's not so heavy, and yeah, it's nice. It dries much quicker than when I used to shrink all the water out it with my hands, and then do it in a towel, and I would stand on it very careful, and then I would lay it down on my blocking mat. But now I do it in the spin thing in the washing machine. And then I put it on my blocking mat, but downstairs it's quite, the air is quite, there's much water in the air. It's quite, my laundry doesn't dry at this time of the year, especially. It takes forever. We don't have a dryer, so I always hang it outside in summer and spring, and inside in winter. But it's too cold and too. I don't know how you say it. Too much water in the air. Not literally, that word again. So I have our drying thing downstairs, and I put my blocking mats on it, and then some plastic. I learned it from Andrea Maury, and then I put my cardigan on it, and it was dry. We have the wooden stove, the fireplace. We burn it at night, in the evenings, and it dried quite quickly. I put it inside out, so the inside could dry quickly. And this morning it was dry already, so I can take it on, and it's so warm and nice and cozy. I love it. It's absolutely an easy pattern, and just a perfect, quick, warm cardigan pattern. Just I need this in my wardrobe. I can see me making a scrappy one with lead lopie held double. One color lead lopie and all scraps marling. That would be nice. Maybe once. But it's a finished object, and one I am very happy to have in my wardrobe, and I won't put it out until it's March, I guess. And I want to cast on another cardigan immediately. I want to make the Spark cardigan from Andrea Maury in lead lopie. I have some nice colors for that, and I would love to make it, but I have quite some cardigans and sweaters right now. It was interesting because this morning I put it on. It was new. I was happy with it, and my husband came downstairs in the early morning, and he didn't say anything. He didn't look. He didn't say something about my cardigan. And I get a bit grumpy. I thought, hello, I am wearing something new. I'm so happy with it. I worked on it for evenings and for days, for hours, and you don't see it? And I was a bit, but I also knew that it wasn't that he wasn't interested or he didn't like it. He just didn't see it. I think it's a male thing. Then my youngest daughter, she's 13 years old. She came down and I thought, oh, she's female. She must see it. But she also didn't say anything. She didn't look at me. Just nothing. And I was grumpy. I was happy and I wanted to share it. But I wanted that they saw my new cardigan. And then I thought, Sarah, this isn't okay. You are grumpy. If you want to share it, then share it. Don't be so hard on them. Just share it. And don't be so proud. Oh, you don't see it? You don't see it? I'm not gonna tell it. I want to see you. I want to say something funny, but it's hard in another language. But I was a bit proud. Oh, I'm not gonna tell you. And the same me was grumpy. I want you to see it. I want you to say it's so nice. So then I thought, okay, don't be so hard on them. And I said to them, oh, I'm wearing my new cardigan. And they were both, oh, yeah. Oh, and it's nice and feel and oh, and it's so nice. And I said, didn't you see it when you came down? And my husband said, no, not really. I have seen you wear it all the time last week. I say, when? And every time you fitted and you was in front of the mirror, I saw you wearing it. Okay, but it wasn't finished. It wasn't still there. And my daughter says, I asked her, didn't you see it? And she said, you have so much woolly things. No, so many. You have so many woolly things. I can see the difference often. Okay, I thought, I don't have so many things that look at each other. They are all different, but for her it was all the same. It was quite interesting. But they were interested when I told it, and they were happy for me, and they were they looked at me and they gave me all the love for my cardigan I needed from them. So it was okay, and I could laugh at how it went. I can't imagine my husband make something or something from wood. He makes something, and that I see it when he's working on it, and then when it's finished, he put it in the living room, and I won't see it. That's not how it goes. I would see it immediately, and I would ask him, "Is it finished?" And I would look at it. I would tell him what I think about it, and there is no chance I won't see it, and I won't say anything about it. No chance. So I can't understand how it works in his head. He just didn't notice I was wearing something else, and he did notice I was grumpy, and I thought he was thinking, what is wrong? But he didn't notice my cardigan. It's hard to be my husband often, I guess. I love him very much, and he loves me very much, and we can laugh about this. But I can always laugh immediately about this, mostly afterwards. I'm quite sure I'm not the only person with this. Okay, let's go to the knitting. It is Advent time. Last week I told you about my Advent knitting. I don't have an Advent calendar. I always regret, but I have too much yarn in my stash and too much sock yarn, so it's okay. And I did receive in January from this year, it is actually an Advent calendar. It is from a Dutch lady, Corine. She owned a yarn shop. I never visited. It's on the other side of the Netherlands, and although we have a very small country, I don't go to the other side of the Netherlands often, So I never visited her shop, and now I kind of regret it because I think it was a lovely shop. But she sent me her niddy nuddy winded mini skeins, and there are 25 of them. And every morning I choose one. I just look at which color is matching my mood. I just look what I want. I have 4, but it's December 5th. My son put a basket on the ground. He how do you say it? He touched it and it fell, and they were everywhere. And I guess the first one is lost now. But I also didn't look for it. So it is somewhere, and it will come to us again. But it isn't happened. These I was a bit doubting about will I knit all the skeins up, or will I knit 10 rows or 20? What will I do? And I decided I just knit in the morning. I always start my morning with some knitting or crochet. I get up quite early, although it's before 6 in the morning, and when I get up. Now, when I do my I take a shower, to put my clothes on, do my hair, and then I am in the kitchen. I make some tea and coffee and some breakfast for the kids. Some I don't know the word for the apples and the bananas. Fruit? Is it fruit also in English? Oh, that's very, very... Yeah, to take with them to school, and I make their breakfast, and then I sit down with a cup of coffee and my knitting. And my kids are coming for breakfast, and I breakfast on a later time on the morning when they are all gone. But I am knitting then, and I decided just to knit. And I always play a little game with my youngest daughter. We have a lovely game with cards, quite a quick game before she went to school. And all in between I knit, and it's not much. I put it down and I do something. I knit, and then the dog has to eat, and I knit, and then the water cooks, and then I knit, and then the washing machine is ready. But every time I knit a little part. So this is my Northeasterly blanket. Absolutely a fantastic scrappy blanket. This is my memory blanket. All these little parts are memories of socks or little gifts or other stuff, and I love it. And now I will add 25 nice colors. This is the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's very lovely project, and it's also very nice to work on it this Advent time. So I enjoy it a lot, and it's absolutely okay that I don't have anything as a surprise, because I was a bit worried that I would miss that feeling of a surprise for a new package, but it's not a problem. So let's see. Oh yeah, last week I'm not sure if I also told it in the English episode, but I was wearing my festive yoke pullover. I thought it called the festive yoke sweater, but it's pullover, the British word for sweater, from Ellie from Skeiningans. And I was doubting about casting on the festive yoke cardigan. I have that pattern in my library too, and I have the yarn in my stash, and I want to have that cardigan. But I was a bit worried that when I casted it on, I would I wanted it to be ready with Christmas, and then I would knit, and I want it to be ready, and then it's quite some knitting, and I can do it, but then I have to I can't spend as much time at other things as I want it to be. So I was not sure if I could only cast it on and enjoy knitting the festive the festive project, the festive feeling, and put it away when Christmas was over. I was not sure if I can do it, and I'm not. Maybe I will do it, but I have a perfect little other project. I didn't cast it on yet. I don't feel the Christmassy feeling right now. In the Netherlands, we have another celebration of another white-bearded old man. We call him Sinterklaas. No, not Sinterklaas. And actually, it is today, December 5th, 5 of December, and he brings presents to the people and wants to share his love, I guess. But we have had a celebration yesterday with my family-in-law, and it was nice and cozy. And today it's just a normal day. But the kids had some celebrations at school, and it's especially for the small children. Is it exciting time? But my children are not so small anymore, so it's just cozy time. And we love. You have all the special things. We only eat it. You call it pepernoten and speculaas and chocolate letters, the first letter of your name in chocolate. I love that. I eat one letter yesterday, a whole letter, my only letter. And then I can't see any letter anymore from chocolate, but I love to eat chocolate a lot now and then. So, but last week I was telling about this, and in my inbox I found a lovely mail from a Dutch knitter. Her name is Mirjam Molenbeek, and she owns a knitting online knitting lessons. She organizes the knitting online knitting campus. I guess you say it in English. It is in Dutch, and she learns people knitting online. And she designed a pattern for her people there, and she called them the O Denneboom socks. And a denneboom is a Christmas tree in Dutch, and it was a plain sock with a little Christmas tree, a few little Christmas tree at the leg. And she sent me the pattern, and she said it is a gift for you because you make other people so happy with your episodes, and I want to make you happy, and it's very lovely. So it gives me a warm heart and a warm feeling, and I think that was exactly what she wanted to receive. And then I thought, oh, maybe that's a good knitting project for this time of the year, because a pair of socks is not as much work as a whole cardigan, and it's a little work, and it's okay when it's not finished. I love to have Christmas socks, but it's not the Christmas cardigan I want to have. I want that in my wardrobe. And the Christmas socks, oh, it's nice to have them, but I don't want to. It's more, I can focus on the process of knitting it, and that's what I meant. I'm a product knitter. I knit something, and of course I enjoy the process, but I especially knit the result. Especially enjoy the result, wearing it. I can be so happy when I wear this, and it makes me so happy all the time. And that's, I heard the doorbell. Someone's home, my daughter, I guess. So it makes me very happy. And I want a process knit, to focus on the process for this time of the year, because it's a busy time of the year, it's a lovely time of the year, and I just want to enjoy the process without being too focused on the product. And I think these Christmas socks will be perfect for that. I want to change the pattern a bit, because when it's only a few rounds of Christmas tree at the leg, it's too boring for me. So I will knit them all over color work. So Christmas all on the foot and the leg all over. I had these perfect Christmassy green in my stash. I don't know. I bought it when we were on holiday. And I also have some ling yarns in my stash. I prefer this. I don't like the Christmassy red, but this red brown is perfect. And then I also had this one in off-white. but it was too hard for me. And these are gifted to me by Lang Yarns when I worked for them. And that's always a bit of a problem. I am a very lucky woman. I receive so much yarn. But when I am diving in my stash, I often don't choose the colors or the yarns I would buy when I would buy them myself. And that's okay. But often it isn't as good as I want it to be. And that happened a lot. And now I thought the white was too hard for me. And I thought, I don't like it. And I received one skein of Durable socks tweed. Not this color, a bit more brown for socks. And I love the tweed part. So I ordered these 2 balls. And this Christmassy socks look makes me more happy than the off-white. Yeah, so now it's me. I prefer this color combination. So I think I will cast these on this week, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It gives me a Christmassy feeling. Also, the basket, it's a thrifted basket. This will be my Christmas project, and maybe I will cast on my Christmas cardigan, my festive yoke cardigan, if I have the time. I don't think. Maybe it's mostly a very busy month with all social things, and I love it. But I think, I don't know. But maybe I will cast it on and then put it away and go further next year. We shall see. I have another sock knitting project. I am knitting scrappy socks for the boyfriend of my daughter. His birthday is the day after Christmas. We have in the Netherlands, we have 2 Christmas days. There is Christmas evening, then we have the first Christmas day and the second Christmas day. That's not everywhere, I guess. And his birthday is the day after second Christmas day. We have on Christmas Eve we will spend with friends, and the first Christmas day we will go to my family-in-law and we will celebrate with my family at our home. And then second Christmas day we don't have any plans. We will go for a nice walk and watching Christmas movies, playing a game with just my family. Maybe the kids have other plans. The 2 oldest have their own social life right now, but that's always nice after such busy days to have one empty day with a lot of knitting time. But I make these socks for the boyfriend of my daughter. I'm not very happy with my color choice. I do have a lot of long yarn shawl in my stash, and I put some colors together. I was knitting a sock in 1 thread of long yarn shawl, and it's quite thin. I knit it on 2mm needles. I don't love the fabric especially, but once I knitted them double, and I love that fabric very much. So I thought, let's make double knitted socks. Gift knits are always a thing. I love to make gift knits, but thinking of making a gift knit always goes much faster than making the gift knit. And there's always, I always think, I want to knit you something. I want to knit you some socks. And then I'm working and it's so much work. It's so much time. And it's always a bit of a struggle. And now this time I thought, let me clock my time to see how many hours go in one sock, and then maybe I can, when I am thinking of making someone and I think, do I want to spend 10 hours on that? And it's okay when I do want, but I also can imagine I don't want. And then maybe a smaller gift is better. Measured my time at the stopwatch, and I knitted 1 hour on the toe, and it was I had made a mistake. I forgot one increase, and I thought, oh, it's okay. I knit with 3 strands of your lange wool, and I thought, oh, normally I can put it back, but with 3 strands it's too. I don't try it. I just do the increase the next round. But you see a little bump here, and it annoys me a lot. And I thought, oh, you won't see it when it's on his feet. It's okay, and I knit on, but it bothers me too much, and I ripped out. And I'm a perfectionist, and I don't mind a mistake. But I love fixing my mistakes. But I put the yarns together and did some colors together, and the fabric is very, very nice. It is. I discovered that the most of my friends and family, which I knit socks for, wear them as house socks and not in their shoes. I always wear woolly socks in my shoes, but they don't. So it's better to make thicker socks because they are longing. They are staying alive longer, and they are finished quicker. So I put 3 strands together, and I thought it was a bit messy. I was not content with my color choices, and I was thinking of ripping it out. But then I thought, these are scrappy socks. It's okay. I will knit the toes and the heels and the cuffs in the same color, so it and the rest I knit them 2 together, not together, not on 1 needle but on 2, because with 3 strands I forgot which one it was, and that's quite nice. So it is okay, and it feels very nice. I'm knitting it on my shorties. Me and my shorties are not very okay at the moment. No, that's not true. I'm a magic loop knitter, and there are so many people enthusiasts about the shorties. I want them too. The blue set was a gift from Edna to try, and I was not very happy. When I knit English style, it is okay, but when I knit continental, I don't like it. But when I am knitting a cardigan or a sweater, and it's on your lap, and you are knitting round and round and round, your sleeve is getting twisted. I don't like that either. When it's magic loop, I do choop 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 choop, and nothing is happening here, and I prefer that. But with socks, because all the sock twists, it's not a problem. And then I also thought, when I started magic loop knitting, I didn't like it immediately either. And when I started continental knitting, it was so hard for quite a long time before it was getting better. So maybe I have to practice and have to spend some more time with my shorties to fall in love with them. So what I did this time is I put... I have the long and the 8 centimeter needle point and the 5, and normally I would put the longest to the left and the shortest to the right, but now I twisted that, and it's better for my hands. I was talking with somebody about it, and she said she always did it that way, and it's better for my hands. So when I'm working at these too long, I feel my hands because they are not as relaxed as they are when I am knitting magic loop. But it's absolutely okay. It's a good practice, and maybe it will be better. And maybe once I will be a shorty lover. One day I am a shorty and a mohairy lover. One day. But I will knit on these socks, and I measured. I did 1 hour at the first toe, but half an hour at the second, and 11 minutes per stripe. So I can count how many hours I spent. Not as much as I thought. I will measure the heel, and then I know how much time it will cost to make a pair of socks with 3 strands of sock yarn together in a men's size 42. I don't know what the US size is. I have a 38 in European size, and that's a size 6, I guess. I don't know how it works. The same as with the temperatures, also the shoe sizes. Why do we have different things? Why isn't it all the same? It would be much easier. But I love working on these, and I know he will be very happy with it. So that's absolutely okay. Then I have another new cast on. I do have my Ursina and my own sock, and I work on them now and then, but there's nothing happened especially. But I ordered some new yarn. It is Sunday from Petite Knit, from Sandnes Garn. And I was curious for quite a while. I want to try it, but I find it quite expensive, and it's okay, but I wasn't sure if I love rustic yarn, and this is a merino yarn, I guess non-superwash, and I'm not sure. I was a bit worried. It was quite expensive to make a whole sweater of it, and when I can choose from some for the Let Lopey, it's some more budget friendly. I always choose this one. But my daughter, she's quite sensitive. She don't love itchy yarn. So I want to knit her a sweater. And then I found a little Dutch yarn shop, a web shop. And she had a discount code. And I looked at her website. And then I found this color. And it was already discounted. And now I know, I didn't know it when I was filming my Dutch episode, but she sent me a message. It was discounted because of the color. And when I was looking at the screen, the color is named Into the Woods. And I couldn't see, is it brown or green? I didn't know, but I thought I would like it anyway. And now when I have it here, I still can't see if it's brown or green. She said it's a very dark olive green. My husband also says it's more green with a brown a touch of brown. But she said because the color was so hard to see, there was a discount. So I bought 12 balls of this yarn, and I held it double. I made a swatch. I looked with my daughter for patterns. She wanted an oversized sweater with a V-shaped neckline. And I found 2 patterns. One from Caidree, and I can't remember the name, but I will put it down below. And one from Petite Knit. And the Petite Knit one was actually knit in 2 strands of mohair. And my swatch met gauge with that one. 21 stitches per 10 centimeters. So I bought that pattern and cast it on. I love the fit of the not Sunday, Stockholm sweater V-neck. I guess that's the name. It was another Petite Knit pattern, but okay. I love the fit. I love the sweater. It's a blue one. I knew the pattern already, and it was not as oversized as the pattern from Caidree. So I started it, but it went way too wide. I casted on the stitches, and I thought I knitted a few rows, and I thought, how, this is way too wide for a sweater. And then I met gauge a second time, and I was complete off. I don't understand. The only thing, when I make my I knit my swatch on DPNs, and maybe I push the stitches a bit together to fit on my DPN. That's the only reason I can think of. But now I perfectly met gauge for the other one. I think it's called the Home Sweater from Caidree. So I bought that pattern also. It's quite hard. It's okay, I have both, because I prefer the Stockholm sweater, and I know my daughter will prefer the Caidree sweater. So I cast it on, and I only have a little, because I have to rip out double knitted parts. My husband helped me, because that's quite annoying. But I only knit a few rows, and you hardly can see it. But I love the fabric, I love the color, I love the stitch. And this is merino, so I think she will love it too. It will be an easy knit, I guess. It's a top-down construction, and now I have to knit quite some rows for the back. And then I guess I have to pick up stitches for the front and do some shaping, and then you join in around. And it's quite an relaxing, maybe a bit boring knit. So that's why I'm looking forward to my socks and the other things to have some how do you say it? Uitdaging, to have some I don't know the word. You have boring things and you have exciting things, and you can change between them. Yeah. She also, this is the look of her website, Kleine Pippa look. And she also sent me a very lovely card. Oh, I love this kind of things. Perfect. And some buttons. Oh, I forgot to tell about my cardigan. This was a present from her. 5 of these buttons. I don't have the focus thing on my camera. I didn't check the settings. I will once, but not today. So I didn't add the buttons. I forgot to tell you about it. The pattern tells you to add some buttons, and then you don't knit buttonholes, but you put your button through it, and then with some mohair thread or some sewing thread, you sew around the buttonhole. But I didn't know. I had some wooden buttons, and then I received this one, and I like them, but I think I prefer buttons in the same color as the cardigan. I don't think I love the difference. I do love the buttons, but not on this cardigan. And I'm not quite sure if I want buttons on the cardigan, because I always wear my cardigans open. Only when I'm going outside, and I wear it as a jacket, then I close them when it's cold, and I can close it. But I don't think I will wear it. Maybe when I'm cold, but I prefer another woolly layer to keep this part warm, like a vest or a sweater. So I don't think I will add buttons. But I thought, let's wear it, and I always can add them. I don't have to decide right now, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've one other thing. Oh, my podcast is way too long. Because it's December now and it's quite cold in the evenings, I like going to bed quite early. But because it's now so cold on at our bedroom, and we are in the living room, and we put on the fireplace in the evening, and it's warm and cozy, and I have tea and my knitting, and then I get tired and I want to go to bed, but I don't want to go to that cold bedroom and that cold bed, put my clothes out and off, and then I don't like it, so I stay up too late. I often wait before my husband is in bed, so when he's still in the bed is a bit warmer, and I can the bed isn't as cold as it was before. But last week I discovered a way to go to bed quite warm. I once thrifted this woolly sweater. I think it's a male sweater. It's very big. It's more like a dress to me, and it had a big collar, but it wasn't nice. It was, I don't know. It wasn't nice, so I ripped out. No, there was no. My husband doesn't wear this, and it was. I gave it to my father, but he also didn't wear it, so he gave it back. And I ripped out the collar and made a little border, and now I wear it, but more as a home sweater, and it's way too big for something else. And then I saw it last week, and I thought, oh, I can put it on. And then my leggings in which I sleep, and then I have some woolly socks in which I sleep, and I received this lovely, they are a bit fluffy, but last year with Christmas there was a lovely Dutch knitter who sent me this lovely home socks, and they are so cozy and warm. And then I put it together, and I made myself ready to go to bed in the early evening. So I put out my bra and put out my bracelets and my necklace and everything. So the only thing I have to do when I go to bed is brush my teeth and put off my mascara. when I am tired, I only want to do this and I want to lay in my bed and not doing other stuff. So preparing to bed and then go downstairs and knit and sit and drink tea and then getting so hot in all the wool. And when it's time to go to bed, I'm glad to have a fresh room, and I with my all the woolly stuff. My husband said, "Are you wearing all that stuff in bed?" Yes, my darling, all that stuff. And sometimes when I'm getting warmer, I put out the sweater or put out the socks, put off the socks. But I often wake up in the morning with everything on. It's not so attractive, but I don't care. I can't sleep when I'm cold, so it is what it is. It's winter. So now it's not so annoying to go to bed anymore. I'm just looking forward to it. It's so cozy to have all the layers and sitting on the couch and then going to bed and just go in bed with all the things on, and it's not warm. My temperature is so high at the moment. I am very glad I can go to a very fresh and cold frozen bed. So, okay, I think I told you enough. It's Vlogmas. Everybody's doing Vlogmas. Oh yeah, that's the last thing I want to share. I never did Vlogmas. I already do one episode a week. It's quite often. But every time when it's Vlogmas, I think, oh, I would like that too. I would love to do that too. But not in December. December is such a busy month. When I should do Vlogmas, I would be so tired when it is Christmas and all my energy goes to there, and it's not fair to the other lovely people in my life. But I was thinking of doing it in another month. And then I thought, which month? And I am thinking of doing such thing, a daily video, in February, because February is the most boring month of the year to me. It's always the month I am so tired because it's the end of the winter. My vitamin levels are down because we need sun. I am absolutely an autumn and a winter lover, but yeah, and I thought maybe because it's such a boring month, there's nothing much happening in my life in February. Maybe it's a nice challenge to do a daily video then. And now everybody's doing it, and I think maybe then I'm the only one. I also love to be the only one doing something. So I think that's a nice challenge. So I will check my agenda and schedule some time for it, and maybe I will make a daily February vlog for you and give you a little sneak peek in my daily life. So. I will think about it. It makes me thinking about it makes me happy. So we will see. Okay, I wish you a very nice week with hopefully a lot of knitting or crochet, and I will see you next Monday. Bye bye.